I'm gonna take my 2 minutes.
Well,
I got the one on the myself and then scored on himself.
Oh, I saw the score on himself. It's like the cleanest game in history. Did he shot? It's like, no, he scored on the face-off, and then Jacob scored on himself. Is it?
What's the other one?
Jacob scored on himself, and he got the face-off. That's it.
So Stephen did not take any offensive shot.
No.
Yes, I hit it on the face-off.
I know when you're ready.
That's the fastest
I've never seen that before.
It's beautiful. I love it. Medication on the way. All right, I'm ready.
5-0, play. 5-1.
You guys go ahead, I'm gonna go to first, we'll be right back.
Match point 1.
I've been talking this whole time. Nobody's been listening.
Pete's been talking to nobody for the last 10 minutes. Sorry.
But I've been keeping score, I think. Is it 3-3? 3-3. It's 3-3. Looks like I have a dispute on the table at the moment. It is 3-3.
We've got the table volume turned up, viewers, so you'll be able to know more about what's going on than what we have.
Yeah. Again, thank you
So
all
we're
for-
gonna stop talking and let you listen to the table dispute.
Oh.
Seems like Phil's getting his money's worth with the officials.
Let's call that an official timeout.
Phil opens with the cut right down the middle, blocked nicely by Mark. Mark counters with the shot off the left wall, unable to capitalize. Phil is a legend of our sport and one of the founders of the American Air Hockey Association.
Right wall.
Good shot off the right side from Phil, comes over Mark's mallet, scores on the left-hand side of the goal. More finesse in that shot than speed. Worked right around Mark's defense.
Block.
Phil misses way wide to the right.
Right wall over missed.
Mark dancing with the puck a little bit. All bark and no bite on that shot though.
Timeout on the
Nothing that Phil can hit, nothing that Phil wasn't ready for. Phil way over the line, comes back to his side without touching the puck, so he won't for a penalty. Beautiful shot from Mark off the left wall, underneath Phil's defense. Phil with the forehand, and Mark counters off the left rail.
Mark didn't touch it.
Catches. Oh, Mark didn't touch it, so
Phil scored on himself.
Phil caught himself leaning on that one. First mistake we've seen Phil make in this game. Mark, beautiful shot, straight down the middle, moves it to match point, or moves it to game point at 6-4. Complete air ball by Mark, trying to get control of the puck. Got control of nothing but fresh air. Doesn't matter. He finishes the opening game of this match 7-4. We will be switching sides, and this side switch will be brought to you by the I-45 Bingo Hall. I know we've had a lot to say about them tonight, but they are our first sponsor. They are our first sponsor. We're very, very happy to have them. Mark has all the momentum coming off of the first game of the match. That puck went halfway in and bounced out. Don't know how that did not go down. He was able to capitalize off the right rail. Quick shot from Mark to answer at 1-1. My scorekeeper's learning why his cell phone is a lot slower than using the computer.
I mean, you killed my timer, that's why. This allows me to do both hands here. It's fine.
Phil may be one of our older players, but he's still a cagey vet.
73.
And at 73 years old, he's still a force and can step up and beat anybody in the ranks. It'd be fun to see the legend against the former world champ tonight in the final, but I don't know if we're going to get there. This is a good match in our winner's bracket between Phil Arnold and Mark Levy. Phil goes up 2-1 in this second game. Mark took all the momentum after about point number 3 for Phil in the first game. Phil was only able to score one more, and Mark rattled off about 6 straight to win the opening game of this match. Scored quickly to open game number 2, but Phil has 2 unanswered in a 2-1 lead in this second game. He's had a lot of most of the control in the puck in this game too, but he had most of the puck control in game 1, but it didn't matter. Mark scores, came quickly and often. Little change of pace off the right wall from Arnold. The scores on the overside. Mark's defense. Mark not real happy with himself. Knows he should have blocked that shot. But again, caught nothing but the air from under the table. Puck went in untouched. Mark went to block the underside. Phil went over. There was nothing Mark could do. It appeared that Phil pinched his finger. Diamond drift. Ooh, forehand. Beautiful forehand shot off the left wall from Phil. Quick answer from Mark. Phil unable to wrestle away the momentum. Mark's had an answer for him almost every step of the way here. Phil had the lead in the last game, but wasn't able to hold it. Another tried that forehand again, but Mark was ready for it. Man, this table's not being really receptive tonight, folks. That's the 4th or 5th shot we've seen in all our matches tonight. And the second one in this game alone, where the puck is going all the way into the goal and bounced right back out again. This match moves to 4-3. Phil unable to separate himself from Mark. Over. Phil comes way over the line again, didn't make contact with the puck, so it won't be a penalty assessed. A little bit of Sugar Ray Leonard there from Phil Arnold. Opening the goal wide, inviting Mark to shoot. Mark is unable to capitalize on a wide open goal. Whoa. Phil doing a little bit of talking now. It's like he's trying to get under Mark's skin, and he's able to score and move it to 5-3. He's 2 points from evening this match at a game apiece. Quick shot from Mark, but Phil's able to settle it on the block. Beautiful shot off the right wall from Phil.
9 minutes, 27 seconds into the game. Or the match. Eventually we're going to have even timeout.
About to do what you did the last time we played. Had you down 6-1, I came back, maybe 6-6, and you scored on that shot, and I got there. Hey, you almost had it.
Phil moves this to game point at 6. Looking to finish Mark off.
He's toying with Mark now. See? Can't even time block him.
But Mark finally did him.
Oh, that's it. 7-4.
Phil wins the second game 7-4. So we will move to the rubber game of this match between Phil Arnold and Mark Wahid. It's been a fun night of air hockey so far. Let's see if we can cut in on table 2 while we have a second. See if there's anything fun going on. This is going to be between. This is going to be between Steven and Ramiro. See if I can get you a score update. Give you some extra action while we're waiting for Phil and Mark to get going again. Steve, one of the newer players out here at our Robinhood Weekly, playing the KG veteran Romero.
Steven's from Germany. Going back to Germany in March. But he's spending his time, finish his master's at U of H, headed back to Germany to work on his doctorate in biology. Ramiro, seasoned vet, is a therapist.
So we're going to go back to our main table.
1-0
pick
Phil.
up the action at 1-0 Phil Arnold. Now 2-0 over Mark Wahid. Two quick scores for Phil to open the third game. Phil way over the line. Both way over the line. Phil was there first, so he'll have to give up control to Mark. Phil's been dancing a little bit in this game, getting under Mark's skin a little bit, and it's worked. Ever since the little Sugar Ray, here's my wide open goal, and Mark whiffed, Phil's had all of the momentum.
You let the puck go.
I'm like hyper-focused on it when I'm for you.
2-1.
We're gonna get there. Yeah, it's
Michael was showmanship from Phil. Puck from the mouth.
I've seen what's been on the floor of this place. I don't know if I'd put that puck in my mouth.
last week. I wasn't here last week. I was watching.
Phil with the 3-1 lead is just toying with Mark at this point. There was a vote taken last week on whether to move Mark up in levels, and he was approved to move to level 6. Last I heard, so this was an even match to start, and Mark's really missing that 1 point head start per game he used to get. This is a whole new deal playing against Phil without a head start. Beautiful shot by Phil off the right rail. Again, with Phil, you're not going to see the pace on his shots that you see from some of our younger players. But pace isn't everything. His placement has been pretty spot on all night. A little bit of aim and a lot of gamesmanship, and Mark's been.
Oh, Mark. 3-4.
Mark's battling his way back. He's gotten within a point of Phil. Phil just quick answer and stays up by 2 with the right wall over shot.
Off the wall, right wall over. Squeeze shot. Cross field block. Right wall over by Mark Wahid. 4-5. Off goal by Phil. Probably another off goal. No, we tried. It was only an off goal. That was an unintended off goal. Ooh, forehand off goal. Unintended, I believe. Right ball under attempt blocked. Ooh. Charge by Phil. Smart charge. Ooh. Right ball over by Mark. Just missed it. Ooh. Wahid.
Phil, with all the dancing, has allowed Mark to tie this third game at 5. Phil better start taking this a little seriously, or he's going to be moving into the loser's bracket.
This is a loser's bracket. They're out of the tournament. Whoever loses this one.
Well, we haven't been getting updates on the brackets, so we've just been assuming that everything over at this table has been the winning.
I can put it on your screen so you can know. Because that's shared from the iPad. Over there. I know. Go on.
So Phil gets the first opportunity at match point. Mark needs to score here to get one of his own. Or his night will be over and he'll be unable to repeat as champion this week. Mark did win the Robinhood Weekly last Friday. He was unable to do it, and Mark's night is over.
Phil's gonna come talk to you, I'm sure.
Sure, Mr. Arnold will be in here with some comments momentarily. See if we can get you some outer table action. Well, folks, it looks like we have
you're good for this time. You can say that.
Hey, I didn't say shit either.
No, you're good too.
Hey,
He was good.
I was just watching.
Don't make it close to you. But yeah, I don't like
All right, guys, we are back to the Robinhood Weekly. Here, this opening night of February 2019. Got a match coming up between Sarah Wiseman and Phil Arnold. We are joined here at the mic by Ramiro Castano, and the two of us are tired of talking about air hockey, so I am going to ask Ramiro to give me his reason for why he doesn't want to watch Tom Brady in the Super Bowl again. Because my opinion is he's going to win it again. He's so likable that's what makes everyone dislike him so much, in my opinion.
You know what's funny? Well, I was gonna say I'm actually a huge Tom Brady fan because growing up as a kid, I grew up a Michigan fan, and he was the quarterback at Michigan. So I love Tom Brady, and I grew up a Drew Bledsoe fan on the Patriots, and so he replaced Drew Bledsoe. So I mean, like my entire life, I've been rooting for Tom Brady for as long as I can remember. So I never get tired of watching that guy in the Super Bowl.
It just may be the old teenage ego in me that was always jealous of the quarterback who got to date the cheerleader. But you're talking about a guy who's lived a life that's that charmed. It's been his whole life for what, 40 years now? The man's 40 years old.
And the guy's doing things at 40 years old that have never been done in the history of like sports. I mean, what 40-year-old is still a viable athlete in their sport? And not just viable, but excelling.
And the thing that is just so amazing to me, everything you hear about Patrick Mahomes, everything I've heard, they keep saying that he's almost beat Tom Brady twice. So to me that almost comes across as the torch has almost been passed, but he's not ready to pass it yet. And I know there was no doubt in my mind in that AFC Championship when Brady got the ball first, it was just over.
Yeah.
It was absolutely over. And
the guy's been, I don't know if you want to call him the most clutch player in football. I know you got the Joe Montana argument, John Elway argument, but the guy is, I mean, for the length and period of time of his career, there's few people that probably scare you more with the ball in their hands that way in the history of
the man's going to his 8th Super Bowl.
his ninth.
Oh, his 9th Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you're right. I'm sorry. At that point, we're starting to talk. I mean, forget Joe Montana. You're starting to talk about our Celtics and John Wooden's UCLA Bruins, and just those are dynasties. When we think about that, I don't even think of Chicago's Bulls with Jordan on the same level as those Red on Rock coach Celtics, and they wouldn't coach UCLA teams. And in basketball, they play enough games in the season where you can have those impressive records and those impressive runs. For something to be labeled a dynasty in football, it's so hard. And even with the Steelers, who won more than Steelers, I believe, are the only one who won 6. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
They bow in the dirt to Tom Brady, World style. We're not worthy. I hate labeling anyone ghost, but when it comes to someone like Tom Brady.
And the other thing that makes it even more impressive what they're doing is Tom Brady and the Patriots are doing all of this in the salary cap era, whereas those old Steeler teams, the Cowboys teams in the 90s, the 49ers, the 80s, they didn't have salary cap. You didn't have to manage a salary cap. They didn't have to manage a roster. The NFL created a salary cap to create more parity within the league, and the Patriots are still winning at the high clip that they are in spite of that. I had this argument with a friend once. I was like, look at all the people that Tom Brady's made millionaires. How many receivers and how many offensive coordinators have left the Patriots, gone on to be terrible coaches, head coaches, either the college level and the professional level, or be terrible receivers after they leave the organization, but leave with big contracts because he has made them all rich.
And you hear about coaching trees, and when you hear about the coaching trees where you have those good young coaches like McDaniel and the guy from the Titans used to coach for us. My goodness, last year's defensive coordinator for the Texans. Even Belichick was part of a coaching tree. He was part of Parcells' coaching tree. But when you think about the great coaches, when you're labeled a great coach, you pick your coaching tree.
and now you're starting to see these great young coaches all being attributed back to Bill Belichick, and it was a matter of time. As far as the salary cap goes, in this era of salary cap, like you're talking about, the fact that he can plug and play with not the big names on the free agent market, but those middle of the road guys, or guys like Josh Gordon this season where it may not have worked out, but you didn't hear about Josh Gordon getting arrested again because with Belichick, you never win. If you screw up with Belichick, not only are you not there, you just seem your career's because he just doesn't put up with it, and I wouldn't say Belichick gets you blacklisted, but if he can't whip you into shape, no one can, and that's the reason.
I don't think you'd have to. I don't think you'd have to blacklist you because their reputation, his reputation, theirs as an organization is pretty well established at this point to know that they'll take the guys, like the Randy Moss originally, a guy like Corey Dillon when he was with the Bengals and was troublemaker, those kind of players, and they kind of fall into line there, and if they don't, that means they can't fall in line there, they're not falling in line anywhere.
Well, you said Randy Moss. You took a troublemaker like Randy Moss, and he and Tom Brady only set the single season
touchdown
passing record.
Yeah,
and still the only duo to get 50, unless Mahomes did it with somebody.
I think Peyton Manning did it after
with
that.
Marvin Harrison. Was it? No,
it was after Marvin. I know he had like 50 more because he ended up breaking the touchdown passing record like that.
That was career though. It wasn't.
I thought it was single season.
Was it really?
I want to say it was. I don't think Brady has a single season touchdown anymore.
Okay.
I don't think so. But that year, they went undefeated and then losing to the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Well, the second youngest team in football got their shot last week and blew it. Now the youngest team in football is going to get their shot. The head coach of the Rams is 7 years younger than the starting quarterback of the Patriots.
Yeah.
That just kind of sums it all up for me. And what McVay's done out there in Los Angeles has been incredible, especially under the microscope of the Los Angeles market. That's just incredible to me, but what somebody so young has been able to do out there.
To me, that is not a good matchup for the Patriots. That defensive line, Aaron Donald in the middle, it's just not, that typically is not the kind of defense, the way they're structured, that Tom Brady tends to do well against. That's how the Giants got on both those Super Bowls. They ended up having those pass rushers on the defensive line. They could, play 7 in the back and just let the front four wreak havoc in front. And that's what I see the Rams being able to do something similar because of their front four is just so good, especially right in the middle. Aaron Donald, 20 sacks in the season, doesn't tackle this.
I don't even know how I don't even know what you compare that to. You compare it to JJ in 2014. Yeah, this guy to get 20 sacks in.
At least JJ does his defensive end. But a defensive tackle?
But a defensive tackle, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I was like, it's like hard to even believe that that's even possible.
And yeah, what Aaron Donald's done out there is unbelievable. Maybe Khalil Mack right after the trade, before he got hurt, was on pace to put up some numbers like that with the Bears. But
John Gruden's looking pretty good as
I'm curious to see what that man's going to do with 5 picks in the first 2 rounds, and all the pressure in the world on him now because the rumor mill, the NFL pundits, whatever you want to call them, Derek Carr's days there are numbered. He's done, and you hear Gruden come out and say things along the lines of, "Well, I don't think a quarterback's height is important as I used to think it was." It almost seems to me that he is subliminally telling the world that Kyler Murray is going to be wearing silver and black next year. What do you think? Especially if somehow Kyler Murray slips all the way down to the first pick in the 2nd round. Would Gruden be silly not to give the kid a shot?
I just don't see Murray falling that far. You know, I don't know. I see.
As a selfish Astros fan, I want to see him play football because I know what he can do on a baseball field, and I don't want to see him beat up on the Houston Astros for the next decade.
Right.
Let him go, bust a knee playing football, then he can come back and play in my division for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And it won't be as brutal. But what he's giving up, he was what? He was top 5 pick in the MLB draft, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
well, some people think he might be the first overall pick. Like Cliff Kingsbury might take him to the Cardinals and get rid of Josh Rosen.
Rosen, I think with that, I've heard that too. But with Rosen, I think it comes down to the trade value. It has to be trade value.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get a top 15 pick in return for him, it's a waste. You've wasted, because Rosen was a number 3 overall pick in the draft.
Right. And
You're wasting a cornerstone pick, and then I know the whole Cardinal organization has Kingsbury's back because at this point they have to.
Yeah.
They have shoved all their chips in the middle of the table on this new gamble known as Cliff Kingsbury, and that's another really huge move that they would have to support. And if they're wrong, that's not a decision where a bad head coaching decision, the only fallout will be the head coach is gone. 2 decisions like that when it comes to the head coach and number 3 overall draft pick,
that's like a 10-year.
That's an entire front office.
Yeah.
Fire. That's you know,
well, that's what the franchise back like a decade at a minimum.
It moves you from the level of futility we're used to associating with the Cardinals, which isn't bad. It's making the playoffs and losing. That's what we know with the Cardinals. But making 2 moves like that, and like you said, setting the team back a decade, that moves them into Cleveland Browns of the last decade futility.
Yeah.
And nobody wants that.
No.
And that's when, especially with the movement in the NFL, in my eyes, I don't see them expanding or adding another team anytime soon. But teams like Jacksonville, that even with a winning team last year, still have very little fan support when it comes to going after the stadium.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that a city like Portland would be happy to host the Jaguars. I mean, how bad could the Jaguars be in a city like that? Can't do any worse than they're doing in a city like Jacksonville. And in Jacksonville, they started winning. No one came out to see them. They had 1 season to do it, and now they suck.
Yeah. And then they have that giant tarp at the top of the stadium. You know, they're like
that covers both end zones, like 6 sections in either end zone. And your team made the AFC Championship, people. You got to go out and support them. And I know it's tough to support a face like Blake Bortles, but
he's definitely. I think he probably played his last game there as well.
I think Blake Bortles probably doesn't have to worry about doing curls and bench press anymore because the heaviest thing he's going to be lifting for the next few years is a clipboard, barring injury to whoever he's backing up. I think Eli is going to look really good in Jaguar colors next season. Is what I think is going to happen.
It's possible. I mean, that's part of the NFL's problem is that there's just not a lot of good quarterbacks in the league, and they have a real problem with just there's you have anywhere from 7 to 9, maybe 10 dudes that you consider good NFL quarterbacks, and then the rest are just you start getting into mediocre, average, a dime a dozen, like so many dudes.
Yeah, and as a Texans fan, I mean, you start getting that mindset of really what's out there that's better than what you got. We had Case Keenum, and as a fan, I complained. But then you look back at it and you see what else was out there, and you see where Keenum is now. Granted, he didn't have such a great season with the Broncos, but he and Kubiak are never going to find success together on any level, apparently. You just who better is out there? It was last season when Deshaun got hurt for us. Yes, unfortunately, it was Brandon Whedon, but you look around the league. Is there anyone out there really that would have made us that much better? Probably not. Did we not score that last game? We did until the last 30 seconds. You told me to talk football. I can't keep track of everything.
Games, not very. That's fine. Yeah, she's playing very good. What she did is an adjustment. She knows how
All right, folks, welcome back to our Friday night weekly air hockey tournament here at the Robinhood House at West University. This is going to be the finals in our winners bracket to see who goes to our championship game. It is going to be Elahi Montazari against Pete Lippincott. Elahi does get a 5-point head start per game as she's a level 1 player and Pete is a level 6. Pete quickly scores 2 quick points to start making up the 5-point stagger. We've seen a lot of dancing with the puck, dancing around with the puck with her tonight. Again, the winner of this will move into the championship game to await the winner out of our losers bracket. There's still a few games left in that this evening. I'll see if I can get you caught up here shortly. And then our winner in our losers bracket, we still have Sarah Wiseman. She'll be facing off against Jacob Munoz. And we've got 2. And the winner of that will face off against Ramiro Castana in the losers bracket final. Pete is really taking control of this opening game in the match. Montazari is looking at a game point at 6-5 to win this opening game against Pete. Pete, a regular competitor in air hockey since he was a young kid around 10. And Montazari is going to win the first game of this final match, of this winner's bracket final. Again, this is a handicap tournament, so Montazari will start each game with the 5-point lead. Each match is best 2 games out of 3. Again, this is our winner's bracket, so neither of these players has a loss tonight, and the winner will go into our final. They're just 2 victories from winning the entire deal tonight. Let's see what's going on this other table. I can't get your score, but this is going to be Sarah Wiseman against Jacob Munoz in our losers bracket semi-final going on table 2. And I don't have a score, but wanted to get you some action while we're waiting for our feature table to get rolling again. Looks like we are going to start with Pete in control of the puck. Elahi is going to start with the 5-point lead and up a game in the match. Pete opens the scoring quickly with the shot off the right rail over Montazari's defense. Some quick puck movement back and forth. Good quick volley. But Montazari is able to get control of the puck. Complete whiff on the shot. Still 5-1. Montazari's mallet came over and she pressed down on the puck, so Pete will get control. 5-1. The goal does not count. Pete with a quick cut shot to the left side of the goal. Moves it to 5-2. He's making up the stagger. Settles the puck. It was bouncing. Ooh, good shot. Left wall under from Peter to score. Moves us to 5-3. Another left wall under moves us to 5-4. All the momentum in Pete's court right now.
Oh my God.
Are you ready? Are you ready? 3-0.
I believe we're at 6-5, but I'm going to double check that. So we're going to see if we can get a score update from Phil right here. But I believe Montazari is looking at a match point, and she is 6-5. Pete needs to rattle off 2 to extend this match, or he will move into the losers bracket final. We have got a match point for Montazari and a game point for Pete to extend the match to a third and deciding game. There you go. Timeout was called at the table. Ooh, good block from Pete, but Montazari gets quick control, scores on a right wall under, and will win the game 7-6, win the match, and win the match 2-0. That will put Pete in our losers bracket final against. See if we can. Not yet. Ramiro's got to play the winner between Sam and Jacob.
Oh,
What you got going on over here at table
so
2?
mad.
Can you go get me a score from that?
Sure. I'll be honest with you.
See if I can get you a score between Sarah and Jacob. Pete was just in here fuming about his loss to Ulahe. Sarah with the score against Jacob Munoz. Again, folks, trying to get you a score. It's 4-1 Sarah. It's now 5-2 Sarah. Ooh, Jacob takes a puck off the face. Takes it with a smile. Ooh, quick shot from Sarah. That should make it match or game point. Jacob with the forehand off the left wall. Nice shot. Good, better block from Sarah, though. That is a game point to Sarah. All right, so I believe that Sarah gets 2 points against Jacob. So she'll be starting off 2-1. Let's double check the main table. Doesn't look like we have anything going on. We are waiting. Waiting for final table action to resume. Right now we're looking at Sarah Weissman against Jacob Munoz. I know Sarah is up 1-0 against Jacob. Sarah starting off with a 2-point lead based on her handicap. Jacob with control of the puck. Makes it 2-1 Sarah. Nice forehand shot off the left wall. Scores over Sarah's defense. Puck leaves the table on Jacob's shot, so Sarah will have control of the puck. Again, folks, the winner of this match between Sarah and Jacob will move on to face Ramiro Castano in the losers bracket semi. The winner of that match will face off against Pete Lippincott in the losers bracket final. Ulahe Castano is awaiting the winner out of the losers bracket in the championship game on the winner's side. That is going to make this 2-2, I believe. Jacob is tied up the second game of this match. Another shot of Jacobs leaving the table, so Sarah will have control of the puck. Good shot from Sarah to take a 3-2 lead in this second game. Another good shot off the right rail from Sarah, but Jacob blocks it pretty handily. She comes back with a cut shot to the left side of goal and scores to make it 4-2. Jacob having trouble keeping his shots on the table. He keeps surrendering control to Sarah, and it's costing him. Moves to 5-2. Good battle going on our satellite table between these two. I believe Sarah holds a 5-2 lead in this second game, and she did win the opening game of this match. Beautiful shot from Jacob, but a better block from Sarah. Making the puck dance a little bit, seeing if you can set her up. Good quick shot, and then settles. Another shot of Jacobs leaves the table. I believe he's going to have to give control up to Sarah again. Again, Sarah winning this second game 5-2. She's already up a game in this match. Jacob needs to regain some of this momentum in a hurry, or he is going to be out of our tournament. Another shot leaves the table, and Jacob is going to have to surrender serve to Sarah. This is what's led to all of her scoring in game 2. Nice cut shot. Sarah finishes him off 7-2. She will move on to the losers bracket semi against Ramiro Castano. And I do believe that will be the match we have coming up on our featured table here shortly. We will be right back after these messages. Again, our Robinhood Friday night tournament this week is brought to you by the I-45 Bingo Parlor. It is going to be located at 217 FM 1960. That's going to be FM 1960 at I-45 on the west side feeder road. They had their games get going tonight around 11:30. Still plenty of time to make it out. Fun for the whole family. It is all ages. There are up to $10,000 in cash prizes available every day. So make sure you stop out and see our friends at I-45 Bingo. We will be right back with some live air hockey action here at Air Hockey Live 360 Friday night, Robinhood Weekly. Okay, folks, we're back here at our main table at the Robinhood Weekly tournament. This is going to be the losers bracket semifinal between Sarah Weissman and Ramiro Castagna. The winner of this will move on to face Pete Lippincott in the losers bracket final. Sarah opens the scoring quickly. She is going to get a 2-point head start in each of these games. She does open the scoring to move quickly up 3-0. Beautiful right wall undershot from Sarah. 2 quick scores from Sarah to open this match. Quickly goes up 4-0 on Ramiro. Ramiro with some pretty deliberate putt control, looking for a hole in Sarah's defense. He didn't find it on that one. Another cut shot blocked by Sarah. Beautiful block by Sarah. Another one. Now can't find a hole in the left side of her defense. He's looking for one, it's just not there. Again. Sarah capitalizes with the counter off that right wall again. It moves up 5-0 on Ramiro. Finally finds a hole, but it may be too little too late. He's got a lot to make up. Sarah just 2 points away from closing out this opening game. Seems to be working the right side. Cost her on the counter that time. Ramiro scores to make it 5-2. Quickly gives up control. Ramiro working the right side of the table. Nice block by Sarah. Settles. Good shot, but a better block from Ramiro. Some good back and forth here. Ramiro with a straight cut to the right side of the goal. Beautiful shot, beautiful score. Moves us to 5-3. Sarah doing a little bit of puck dancing. She was finding success on the right side early, but it looks like Ramiro's fine closing that hole. She may have to move to the other side, see if she can find some opportunity there. She goes back to the right side, but Ramiro's defense is just waiting for her. Beautiful, beautiful straight cut shot from Ramiro, and he moves within one of Sarah at 5-4. Sarah needs to do a little bit better job of mixing up her shot selection. Ramiro is now tied it at 5. 2 beautiful cuts to the left side of Sarah's goal. He's unable to stop him and has allowed Ramiro to creep right back into this. Again, all the success she was finding off that right wall early, Ramiro's completely closed it down now. He has closed that door. She needs to find another way to break his defense. It's not going to be on that right wall. Mistake by Castagna allows Sarah to move to game point at 6-5. Scores off that right rail. He opens that door again. Sarah's going to win our opening game 7-5. Switching sides for game number 2. Again, folks, this Friday night Robinhood tournament this week is being brought to you by the I-45 Bingo. We are happy to have them on board as our newest sponsor. Ramiro's going to open the second game of this losers bracket semifinal with control. Sarah able to win the first game of this match 7-5. Ramiro Ramiro does have a 2-point handicap in each of these games to Sarah based on their levels. Ramiro scores with a beautiful cut and moves within 1 of Sarah, already starting to make up the stagger. Sarah won the first game, but no player really seized any momentum one way or another. It's a close game all the way through. This one seems to be starting off the same way. Ramiro evens this second game at 2 points apiece. Another cut shot to the left side of Sarah's goal. Ramiro Castano with a defensive mistake allows Sarah to go up 3-2. Another good shot by Castano. Went to the other side of Sarah's goal. Got her leaning one way. Took his cut to the other side of what Sarah's been blocking in this match and was able to capitalize. Castano's a pretty deliberate player. Not a whole lot of wasted movement with the puck. Couple quick pops off that left rail, gets his opponent leaning, and then he tries to find the opening. He's been working the right rail almost all night. He seems to have changed strategy against Sarah Weissman, using his straight cut a lot more. Against Phil Arnold, he was able to win by working the right wall. He moves up 4-3 on Weissman. Weissman with three or four quick shots off the right wall, unable to find the back of the goal. They're dangerously close to going over the line. But our official for this match is Phil Arnold. He decides that the mallet stayed on Castano's side of the table. He moves to 5-3 with another cut shot. I believe that one went off the rail. Good shot from Sarah, but she misses left. Ramiro able to settle and get off a shot of his own. Quick counter would be open for either of these players if they can time their opponent's shot and get the puck quickly going back the other direction. The counter's there. These two just really been scoring on set shots. Haven't seen a whole lot of counter action in this match. Castano has got a game point and is up 6-3. He's able to close Sarah out 7-3 in game 2, and we will switch sides and move to the third and deciding game in this match between Sarah and Ramiro. Looks like we're going to take a quick time out. Looks like we have some competitors from earlier this evening. Steven Sittel and Mark Wahid killing some time on one of our outer tables. They were both knocked out earlier in the evening, but we always encourage people to hang around and play, see how the finals finish out. All right, we are ready to get this rubber game going between Sarah Weissman, and Ramiro Castano. Sarah, as with every game in this match, will get a 2-point head start. All right. Coming up after this match, folks, I will have some information about the World Championships coming up in March. Some exciting news this year. They will be open to the public for competition. I will have some information on how you can get involved. And again, folks, this Robinhood Weekly tournament is open to the public. We encourage anyone, all ages, to come out and play. This is a handicap double elimination tournament, so you may play an ex-world champion, but you'll do it with a 5-point lead to start your first time out. We're doing what we can to grow the sport. We love seeing new faces out here at Robinhood. If you do have any questions, feel free to message us directly through social media, or you can get a hold of Phil Arnold at reunion@sbcglobal.net. He'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Castano is able to tie this game at 2. Sarah's been unable to score here in this third and deciding game of this match. The winner of this match will face off against Pete Lippincott in the loser's bracket final. And Alahe Monazeri is waiting in the championship game for the winner of the loser's bracket. Looks like Castano has taken a 3-2 lead with that straight cut to the right of Sarah's goal. Sarah doing a little dancing with the puck. Capitalizes, catches Ramiro leaning, and ties this game at 3. Ramiro took a little pace off that last shot, and it almost worked. Snuck it behind Sarah's defense. It just missed. Just the line was a little bit wrong. Sarah doing a little bit better job of shutting that cut shot down this game than she was in the last one. If she can close that door and find an opening of her own, she could very well knock off Castano, who was favored in this match. Good game going here between Ramiro and Sarah. A little bit more strategy in game 3. Not as much wild shooting as we saw in the first 2 games, and the pace has definitely slowed down quite a bit. Ramiro seems to have sensed that straight shot door is closing. He needs to start looking for some opportunity off the rails. It's getting a lot more deliberate. Whoever loses this game in this match will be going home for the evening. Sarah moves up 4-3. Ramiro was trying to be surgical, and it was Sarah that ended up finding a counter off the right rail to Ramiro's front side, or backside, I'm sorry. Another good shot from Sarah. She moves up 5-4 on Castano. Castano ties it at 5. This is a little bit more of that frenetic pace we saw in those earlier games. Seems to favor Sarah more when the game starts moving quickly. Miro's been a lot more deliberate with her. Sarah earns the first match point. Ramiro needs to get 2 in a row to Sarah's 1. Here's her first opportunity, and she closes out Ramiro Castano 7-5. She moves into our losers bracket final against Pete Lippincott. Wonderful match from Sarah Weiss. All right, folks, we will be right back with some live air hockey action here at the Robinhood Weekly.
I know you really well. I didn't even finish. That's why I was trying to let you know. Same is not gonna work.
And do another game. Alright. You just lose your prize.
Okay, folks, welcome back to our Robinhood Weekly here on February 1st, 2019. This is going to be our losers bracket final between Sarah Weissman and Peter Lippincott. The winner of this will move into the championship game against Elahi Montazeri. Good match. Pete is going to win the face-off and start with control. Opens the scoring quickly. To move the scoring to 3-1. Good block from Sarah Weissman. Mistake by Sarah allows Pete to move within one of the lead in this opening game. took a little pace off that shot. Got it by Pete, but it just wasn't on goal. Pete, 2 quick cut straight at the goal. Sarah up to the task, blocks 5 straight from Pete. 2 quick shots of her own, but both miss right. Ooh. Quick wrister off the right rail, goes under Pete's defense, and Sarah regains a 2-point advantage. Sarah was able to shut down those. Anything shot straight at her goal, she was able to start shutting down against Ramiro. Pete not having much success either. He is able to score off the right wall, right underneath her defense. Beautiful shot. Sarah making the puck dance, trying to set Pete up for a shot of her own. He blocks and settles. Pete with the mistake. Sarah moves to 5-3. Two good blocks from Sarah. She picked up momentum against Ramiro and has been able to carry it through to her match against Pete. Pete has moved within a point of the lead in this opening game. She's finding success off that right rail. She just needs to find the right angle. Pete finds it first and evens the match at 5. Sarah misses wide. Peter misses wide. Pete comes back to score with the right wall under. Pete with the game point in the opening game of this winner's bracket final. Pete wins the opening game of this match 7-5. Alright, while we switch side, folks, I will take this opportunity to give you some details about the Air Hockey World Championships. They will be coming up the weekend of March 15th and running through the 17th. It will be on the beautiful Rice University campus here in Houston, Texas, in the Tudor Field House. We will not be on Autry Court, but it will be in the West Gymnasium. If you are interested in competing or finding out more information about being a spectator, I have been told you can go to airhockey.com and it will have all the information that you need. The competition, it is going to be an open competition. All ages are welcome. We do encourage people to come out. It should be a really fun weekend. We'll be wrapping up on the 17th with the singles tournament, the Sweet 16 through the finals, and we will be wrapping it up with the awards presentation and a banquet on that Sunday night. Should be lots of fun. We do have lots of sponsorship opportunities available. If you could get in touch with us directly through Facebook messaging, or if you could get a hold of Phil Arnold at reunion@sbcglobal.net. All kinds of opportunities to get your name associated with the Air Hockey World Championships this year. It is coming up quickly, so we do ask that you get in contact with us as soon as possible. It looks like this match is held steady at 4-2. Sarah does continue the scoring and moves up to 5-2. She's regained the momentum that she lost against Pete in the opening game. So Sarah will need to win this game to push this match to that third and deciding deciding third game. Pete manages to complete the comeback in this game. He will move on to face Alahe in the final. Sarah makes a mistake, allows Peter to move the score to 5-3. Puck leaves the table on Sarah's shot, so Pete will have the serve as we come back. This match a lot more frantic than Sarah's match against Romero. Romero a lot more deliberate player than Pete is. Pete really likes to have that puck moving around the table. You'll see him do the puck dance with his mallet, and he can counter quickly. Just like that, he moves within one of Sarah. She needs to score one here to stop the bleeding. All the momentum going Pete's direction now. Two really quick shots. Both were off target, so Sarah didn't have to worry about the block. Pete comes right down the middle and evens this game at 5. Sarah taking a minute, trying to gather herself. She needs to find a hole in Pete's defense. It was there. She just missed wide. Pete settles the puck. He's coming right down the middle on Sarah. She had closed that down early, but that door seems to be opening up once again. Good quick shot, all in the wrist from Sarah, but Pete up to the task with the big block. Another quick shot, but it's off target from Weissman. Pete finding that hole right down the middle again. Earns himself a match point at 6-5. If he can score one here, he will close out Sarah Wiseman. He does, and we have got our final set. It's going to be Peter Lippincott against Alahe Montazari for the Robinhood Friday Night Final. We will be right back with you after these commercial messages. And we are back. Okay, good. I didn't hit anything I was supposed to. So guys, we are back here at our Friday night Robinhood Weekly. We are joined by Cam Whetstone, who hopefully is going to be spending a lot more time back here with me on Friday night. What'd you think of the tournament tonight, man?
It's been a little bit rough getting back. I've been away from the scene for about 2 months, but I won one match, so I'm happy about that. But I spouted out. It's been a good tournament so far. I've a rarity, Pete Lippincott showing up, and he's certainly climbed through. And
yeah, he can't sing every Friday night, you know. That whole starving musician thing. It would appear that Elahe is 1 point away from closing this out. You can really help me out with the terminology back here too, man. I'm making up names for the shots and stuff as I go along. I hope I hope our viewers appreciate it.
that right wall under there for Pete Lippincott.
See, we can even do it. So we have got a game point apiece right now. In this final, Pete needs to win 2 sets to win the championship. Elahe only has to win 1. She has made it through this evening completely undefeated.
Elahe is one of those players that she's either on it or she's not. And as of late, including the tournament champion, she has been on it. She's been on a tear, as evident by her finals appearance here.
Yeah, with her handicap tonight, it just, outside observers' opinion, it might be time to move her up a level or 2.
I do believe that, as someone who has played against her and has gotten shelved by her.
Pete does, I believe, close out the first one, or am I silly? I hope that was Pete and I didn't get the score wrong. That's awesome.
There we go, and Pete looks like he got the final goal, and they seem to separate, so I think you're right on that.
So we can do our big switch sides.
I know you don't have to, but
Again, folks, we are going to take this opportunity to remind you about how excited we are that we have some sponsorship for these Friday night tournaments. The I-45 Bingo Parlor is now the official sponsor of the Robinhood Weekly on Friday nights. It is at 217 1960, which is going to be the intersection of FM 1960 and 45 North. I've been told is on the west side of the freeway, and you cannot miss it. There is gaming going on this evening. It started off at 11:30. Mostly it is a day type of place. Their hours are Monday through Friday. They run from Monday through Saturday, I'm sorry. They start the games at noon every day. There are 2 games on Friday. The second one starts at 11:30 p.m. and runs until they're done. And on Sunday, they get started at 2 in the afternoon. Because who wants to play bingo before you go to church? They do have a $10,000 daily guarantee prize pool. It is open to all ages from what I'm told, so it sounds like a fun way in the day and age of Fortnite to get the kids out to spend some of that quality family time away from the PlayStation and the Xbox. It looks like...
If you can make the trip early, that is 45 is always a bad trip.
Yes, especially
it is worth the wait.
In the spring area. Pete has quickly moved to a match point in this opening game of the finals tonight. He does need to win 2 matches. Elahe, unfortunately, has only been able to manage 1 point against Pete, and Pete is going to win this opening match 2 games to 1. Wow, that was fast. Folks, that was so fast, and I am going to fault myself. I never even got to start the game timer, but if I had to guess, that match lasted less than 5 minutes. We will be taking a moment here to reset. Should be coming back soon. Cam, we were talking to Romero earlier about the Super Bowl this Sunday. Are you a Brady guy or are you a Rams guy?
So, I can admit to you and I can admit to our audience here that I am biased. Coming from Pittsburgh, born and raised, I hate everything to do with New England. So, I am going all Rams this Sunday.
Well, we were talking earlier. The second youngest team in football had their chance last weekend and couldn't do it. And, you know, some of the pundits out there, I'm tired of hearing about all of these young quarterbacks who have almost beat Tom Brady. Well, yeah, I understand that Mahomes almost beat him twice this season. Well, you know what? You can't almost pass the torch. So now the youngest team in football, with the youngest head coach in the history of football, has a chance to knock off the old man this weekend. Do you think it's going to happen?
I think they'll do it.
The defense is set up for it. Aaron Donald is a beast, but Brady has made it through the entire playoff run, and he's only been sacked like twice, and that is just unreal to me. But
it's also rumored that this would be, if New England does pull it off, this would be their last hurrah. I mean, we've got a lot of guys that are really old. They've got a really old team, and they've got some guys that need it too. Who knows how? I mean, we may see Brady for another year, but he's getting up there in the age gap.
But how many years in a row have we now been saying the exact same thing? They've
Yeah,
got players that
weren't
are
we here 10 years ago that far?
Yeah, right. See, the difference is though. I believe we had 14 was what I said earlier. No, because that's her head start. They're handicapped tournaments, so she, Pete being a Super Doo-Doo player, and as we were just saying, is someone who needs to definitely move up in rank because Pete's done pretty well against Olahe, but she has finished off some of the best players in the world tonight in seconds with that 5-goal head, with the 5-point head start.
It's quick. I remember starting off like one. I remember the tournament that I won. I pretty much. I had one or two tough matches that I had to force a game 3 on. And get it down to the wire 6-6. But whenever you're feeling good, whenever you feel like you need to move up, you're certainly tearing through the field. And that's what Olahe's been doing as of late. So. Is it possible to actually get bumped up a level even though you have won it, even though you didn't win that tournament?
You are going to know a lot more about the rules of ranking than me. I saw my first league vote last week for the first time when Mark Wahid petitioned to move up to level 6, and they let him leave from level 5 to level 6. And what we were saying earlier was he learned tonight that it may have only been a point he was getting against a player like Phil or a player like Jacob, but sometimes that 1 point is all the difference in the world. And Mark, who won last week and had a strong showing, Phil was just toying with him tonight. Even though Phil managed to get that win,
I got lucky. My opening game this tournament, I played Phil, and I was like, oh, great, this is going to start off great. I ended up overcoming adversity and beating him in 3 games. It was close. It was very close.
I almost feel like, okay, are we going to play again soon, people? Oh, so this will be the second set of this championship match. There has been a lot of talking and a lot of non-air hockey activities going on, folks. We have Jacob warming up with Olahe, and I am going to take that as a cue to cut away, and we will be back momentarily. least I think I can. How did you tell me to do this last time? Yeah, this is a tough one. I just didn't stop streaming. And then start streaming. It's to come back up. At least that's what they told me to do last time. And now it's not working. Of course. Damn it. Pete! Pete, stop streaming, start streaming, didn't work. Start streaming. Well, that's the worst thing you could have done. Well, it's going again, you're fine. No, it's not fine. It means that it's off on Facebook and not working. So over here, come down to main, main table, deactivate, reactivate. That's it. Then hit OK. Okay. You're going again, you're fine. No, but we're dead over here. We'll have to restart it.
It's delayed by 20 seconds. You have no
Okay.
It's fine. Oh, you was fine. I just knew that wasn't it. Oh, there's still just two around.
I just want water.
Go back to the commercial. And they're listening to us talk right now. Commercial.
You're at a very good level. You're right on. This is the shot you need to work on.
Oh. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have the finals, the second game between Pete Lippincott and Lahe Montezari. Coming up in just about half a minute. We've got a time signal from Phil. And we're all ready to set this one up. Lippincott coming back in the loser's bracket after being dealt a loss to
Montezari. This will be
After
a
Montezari.
rematch. And her one loss is to Pete in the first set of this championship match. Looks like Pete is taking out and practicing some aggression on his wife at the moment. Miss Georgia Lippincott warming her husband for the final match. And then Sarah Weissman is our official for this final match. She had a good showing tonight. She will be our third place finisher. She had a great run in the tournament this evening. Mr. Phil Arnold, the legend, is here. Phil, what do you think about this final match, or the second set of this final match tonight? Yeah.
Well, it's obvious that Lahe has decided to give herself a good long 15-minute wait, let Pete cool off, to let her get her breath back. So that's a move. I don't think it's going to help her that much because I think Pete's going to play super hard to make up for that fat. So, I can see that chess match is going on. As far as just the match itself is concerned, Pete just has got such a good right wall under her defense. I think it's going to go pretty Pete.
She was shutting that down in that opening match, though. Pete was scoring straight down the middle was where most of his points came from.
Yeah, he was getting on the right
Yeah,
side.
he was coming in on the right, and she wasn't able to stop him.
Anyway, Pete's a great player. He's in good practice. He's been playing with him. I think he, he's certainly top 7 in the world right now.
That hockey table in the living room of his house probably helps out quite a bit as well.
It does, yeah.
As his neighbor, I know for a fact he enjoys to practice on a pretty regular basis.
And Romero gives him such good workout.
You know, if he wins too many weeklies or too many tournaments, maybe he could invest in some soundproofing to spare his neighbors a little.
He did give us a deal on the rent, so we could put up with a little bit more than most neighbors.
All right, we're starting the final set.
All right, and it looks like we're ready to set up here. Lahe coming to the table.
8 seconds.
And Pete
Taking their full 15-minute allotment, which we don't see very often.
Normally, if you're feeling hot and if you're feeling like you want to go, you normally egg the opponent on, and they seem to be good to go for most of the time. But Lahe taking her sweet old time here as they set to face off. Sarah for the lift, and it's touched by Lahe going up to Pete's possession.
Quick score from Pete off that left wall on the under her defense. Like Phil was telling us that he should capitalize on the right wall. So Peter's doing absolutely the opposite of what Phil told us he should be.
And Lippincott looking for some straights. Now hits that right wall. Good defense by Lahe. Pete now regains possession. Now easily blocked aside. It's a good block there by Montezari. And she'll end up with the puck. Puck is in play. Diamond Drift takes the shot just wide of the net. And on that right wall attempt, easily deflected by Lippincott. He answers with some left walls and gets her on the over. Lahe tries a left wall, just misses. Lippincott try to go straight on the left side, try to get her to drift, goes right and just misses the net. He's trying to get her to drift right on her point of view.
Pete moves pretty quickly for such a large man. And make no mistake, Pete is
And he gets with a straight! And he gets 2 on the board here, and that's a quick 3. And as you were saying?
Pete is a larger player, but he is pretty agile, and he's got some quick movements for such a big guy. And he must outweigh Lahe by 200. And we can make fun, folks. When it is family, we can make a little bit of fun. He can make fun of my hairline, which is why we have a voice for radio and broadcast. We do not have the face for television.
And Lahe going with a straight there, easily answered by Lippincott, who gets his 4th goal. He gets within 1. Now a couple banks, a couple straights, easily deflected there by Montezari. He goes with the right wall under, and he ties the game. It's 5 apiece.
That's what Phil Arnold told us we needed to look for in this match. He said Peter was going to find some success on the right wall, but he gets her again. Those straight shots were where he was finding success in the opening set of this championship match. He was able to capitalize on those often and closed out Lahe pretty handily in a quick match.
Start off the second match. Lippincott takes the first match, and he gets on the board with a cross.
Beautiful cross shot into the right hand side of her goal.
And Lahe finally answers, getting with that left wall over.
Moves her to match point. There's that 5-point handicap we were talking about.
I believe that is that game point?
Game point.
3 on the second there. It's game point.
2. She needs this one.
And she gets it!
Now we got
Moves
five.
to
It's
the rubber
Sheffield.
game in this
All right,
match.
who's gonna win? Battle. One more game.
And they force a game 3 here, the final game of the night, no matter which way you like. This will be it. Elahe Montezari beat Lippincott for all the marbles and all the cash, first place.
1-5.
And an early
He
scoring
opens it
there.
quick.
He just needs 2 goals.
He has been playing really, really strong hockey tonight. Shots have been crisp and they have been finding his spots.
And Elahe gets match point and tournament point with that right wall. And Lippincott answers with a straight.
Think he can get the 4 in a row he needs? She's been playing some pretty strong defense.
As a commentator, I cannot have bias, but I certainly have one in my mind.
I do too, unfortunately.
And it's now Elahe's possession. Tries to drift left to Lippincott. Try to get him out of position. Recovers. Nice block out there by the straight. Elahe recovers the puck. Gets the drift going. Now shots on the left wall and on the right. Try to go for that double bank. And it ends up in Lippincott, who gets the goal on the right wall under. Elahe.
I thought,
Ooh,
that, I
a
thought
block.
that was it, Cam. What a block. from
What
Peter.
a shot and a better block.
He'll even let him run the graphic on that. That one was definitely worth the reach. He is
And
battling
Lippincott
back
scoring
valiantly.
again. It's going to be 6-5. Clawing back from tournament point. Elahe's just going to get one more, and she does! She wins it all! Elahe Montezari.
What a beautiful goal to end, and she just played so strong.
Level 3. We got
She
$5
deserved everything she
for,
got.
What an effort. Down, but not out. Never giving up and never losing focus. Even whatever Pete put on the pressure here. Within 2 goals of the tournament point, she took a deep breath right before her last shot. The for the win.
Cam, tell you what, keep folks entertained. I'm gonna go see if we can get her in here, get a little bit of post game feedback, and then we're gonna call it a night.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you again for attending and viewing this match.
Oh, I'm figuring out the money.
And we'll get Elahe Montezari here in just a second. After we end the...
They do the money on the display.
There seems to be some confusion.
Okay, well, that was second, $3. And that was difficult, so they bet 5.40.
So right now, folks, we have Phil Arnold awarding our prizes for the evening. I don't have a final tally on the prize pool, but there is our champion Elahe getting some sure much needed greenbacks.
Now it comes into conversation. What is in the conversation is whether or not she should be ranked up. That's certainly been rumored.
From what I saw tonight, I could not disagree with that. I couldn't agree with you. Couldn't agree with you. She just.
And over the last week too, in her,
She finished off a couple of the strongest players in the world tonight. Just, I don't think she needs. She doesn't need 5. I think she deserves 3, maybe 4 to start against some of the better players. Lippincott was the only one who could handle her all night tonight, and even he is one of the best in the world.
and even back on Wednesday, whenever there was the Invitational, the UH Open on Wednesday, she had a strong outing there with the tournament champions as well on Saturday. She's had a very, very strong uptake after some quiet moments. I've even defeated her on some occasions fairly easily, and she certainly picked it up from the last time that I've seen.
Well, it sounds like it's just a matter of consistency. She has 2 or 3 more really consistent performances, has a good showing at the World Championships coming up. Anything could happen.
If anybody is an NHL viewer or in hockey, she reminded me of for a while, she reminded me of a young Ilya Brizgalov, who was known to be very streaky in his tenure with Arizona and his tenure with Philadelphia, where he'd go on a month on a tear. Absolutely, he was a brick wall. But then there would be other moments where he'd just duck in front of the puck and let it go in. Muffins thrown at him. And he had an issue with just consistency, like you said. And I think that Elahe has certainly demonstrated.
Hi, sorry about that.
We were just talking
about you. Please take the seat of the guest of honor. And we are going to grill you for a couple minutes on your big win.
Thank you.
So, since you're coming in at a pretty pivotal point in conversation, and because we have Mr. Phil with us,
Thank you.
Mr. Phil, please
Yes.
don't leave.
Yes, sir.
Cam and I were just talking and throwing opinions back and forth. And to start, we'd like to get yours, Elahe, about what do you think about your ranking? And how much do you think that 5-point head start that you had against some of the best players in the world played into your victory tonight?
Well, I just got moved up to level 3 out there. I'm not sure if it was heard. So I do feel like I've, earned that.
It's confirmed.
It is
It is
confirmed.
It's
Yes, it
confirmed.
is.
Level 3. That's exactly what we were talking about.
She
It's
deserves it.
deserved.
I think a 5-point lead can, mean a lot of things. If you're in the game and you know what you're doing, then it just means it's over faster. But it can be an advantage when you're getting your head a little bit. It makes it last a little bit longer so you can get back into it, which I think I kind of needed to do, especially after losing so quickly in the first match.
Now, from a while ago, we've noticed a little bit of a drop, some early exits, some rough times. But
Yeah.
now you certainly, as of recent memory, you certainly had very strong outings in the Tournament of Champions and also the on Wednesday. But the general theme is over late you have been improving, you have been getting more consistent with your play, and especially evident here. What do you think about that? How can you attain that? How can you sustain that consistency?
I think the easiest answer is clearly just practice more regularly, because I think as far as being involved in air hockey, I'm working on that, and I think that's more consistent than my actual practice time. So the more time I put in, the faster I'll move up, the easier it'll be for me. And I want to. I just actually have to go ahead and do it.
Obviously, the big question that some of our viewers that we're going to have for you, with the World Championships coming up in a month and a half, is that where your focus is going to be, to peak at the right time, going into that tournament, and all your work between now and then is geared towards your performance there? Or would you like to see a win or two, another win or two between now and the championships in March?
I do obviously want to improve my ranking by a significant amount in March, but I don't think that I'm gonna, use that as a reason not to come to weeklies, just because weeklies are, as of right now, my best form of practice. So if I were able to win, then it's it's good. It keeps me in the zone, because whenever I win, it's usually because I didn't get distracted, or if I did, I forced myself to come back into it, which is not always very easy for me, especially when I'm down. And so if I can do better in the actual world because of that, then I'll feel good about coming to the weeklies. And we're also, my main focus is also more on the planning side, at least up until right about when it's going to start. But I do want to try to put more effort into practicing and balancing, because I do want to improve, because I've been really lowly ranked the last 2 worlds.
Good. Well, all the best of luck to you. Wonderful showing tonight.
Thank you.
We appreciate you spending a few moments of your victory with us after.
Yes, and you have a great night.
Folks, so
Yes,
that was
thank
Elahe Montazari, tonight's Robinhood Weekly champion. Thanks again.
Of course, thank you.
All right, Kim, you want to take us home, sir? Close us out for the night. Say goodbye to everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you again for attending tonight and tuning in on this Robinhood Weekly on this rather warm Friday night, early February here in Houston, Texas, presented by I-45 Bingo. This is Hockey 360. I'm Cam Whetstone, joining you late.
I am Jay Lippincott, guys. It's been a wonderful evening. Thanks for spending some time with us. Stay safe out there, stay warm, and happy rodeo. That time in Houston
That time
again.
of year indeed. And you have a good night, guys.